Welcome back, dweebs, to another episode of the Weekly Dweeb. I'm back from vacation. Shout out Kev. Kev, shout out you for holding down the channel for damn near two weeks. So props to you, Kev. You're also muted. I can see it.
It was a privilege, and not to worry, brother. Good to have you back. We got eggs in the chat. Looks like they were ready, plus also L4 late. So we're right back on track. It's as if we never missed a beat.
Nothing's ever changed.
Just slightly offbeat.
I think this is supposed to say, well done, Captain Kev. We'll take it.
Don't. Captain Kev, just don't, okay?
Well, don't.
Very much, gang.
Kev, while I was gone, just this past week, our favorite video game company, Nintendo, the one we usually don't shit on very much, released or announced the release date of the Nintendo Switch 2, price point, and cost of games. And boy, oh boy, do I feel like they turned into Sony real fast.
You were the chosen one.
Yep. We've got, I'll start with, I don't know if it's good or bad. Good. The news is June 5th, I think. June 5th is the release date. Is that right? I've got the wrong article up here, so I'm jumping back and forth. It doesn't really matter.
That sounds right, but I also
right. Yeah, June 5th. June 5th. Yep.
Wouldn't commit to it one way or the other, which we'll get to at some point, I'm sure. But
yep, June 5th. Yes. Yeah, June 5th is the official release date, tentatively. We'll get to that. Initial price point is $449.99, $450 for the base system. Also tentative. We'll come back to this. The bundle at the release is with Mario Kart World, one of the big launch games announced, for $500, which is okay. I'm intrigued. However, they've done some real tomfoolery here. Games, Mario Kart World by itself will cost $80. $80. If you buy it bundled with a game, it's $50, so it's $30 cheaper. So
yeah, at first it didn't sound like that great of a deal. You're like, oh, cool. If you buy the game, you'll get $10 off the game. But wait, no, it's actually $30 off because $80, dude. You better be able to play that Switch in space, dude. I know mobility is the whole deal here, but Jesus, $80. Come on, man. I'm a shadow on this one. I'm gonna harumph both of these things today. 63 pounds in the UK, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to find. Not only that, the Switch 2 tutorial that is on the console is going to cost you $10.
Wait a minute, James. I think I misheard you. They are going to charge you money for the user's manual?
For the Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour. That explains the software.
This is where we're at.
Has some mini games in it.
Well,
it's a guided tour of your Switch 2. A virtual exhibition of the new hardware per Nintendo. Through tech demos, mini games, and other interactions, players will get to know the new system inside and out in ways that may have never known otherwise. They're charging $10 for this, Kev.
Okay, first of all, that got a little suspect at the end. That's a weird way to describe. I don't want it. I don't want you to test your Nintendo Switch in ways never before. Not at my house, all right? We're just here to play a little Mario Party. And not that kind of party, pal, all right? Keep them joysticks where I can see them. Yeah. But this is outright egregious. I still can't get over they're going to charge you for the user's manual, essentially. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. They put some fun games in there. I don't care about your stupid little mini games. It still doesn't give you a right to charge people to teach them how to use the product that they're buying. That, back in my day, that used to come included with whatever product you bought, that there would be some assumption that there might be a little bit to learn about how to use it. So wouldn't you know it, there would be physical manuals. You have the ability, like, first of all, how hard is it to learn how to use a Switch? I imagine it's like what
Switch 2. It's literally the second one. So just switch them. Just use the other one.
Yeah, dude, I hadn't touched anything Nintendo since the 64, and the first time someone handed me a Switch, I knew what to do with it. It's not, it's Nintendo, all right? There's 4 buttons. How hard could this be? $10. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, this is one of the most just slimy, greasy gaming behaviors that we've seen in a while, and we ain't come to expect it from the studios, if I'm being honest. I expect it from the bullshit AAA gaming studios that want to make you pay up front so that you can beta test their game. And then, maybe if you're lucky, if you pay the $110, you'll actually get a completed game on release date. But probably not. It's probably going to take multiple patches. But this is just taking it a step further. I mean, from what I'm
showing you what's in this. I'm showing you some screenshots, by the way, if anybody's paying attention here.
It's all it is a larger screen that doesn't get thicker, which props for that. Okay. And then the buttons are larger. And if you want, this is cool, gang. You can use both remotes as mouse controls at the same time. In case you're like that dude from Grandma's
never used a computer before.
Yeah, because everybody has 2. Are they still the mice? Is it still plural when it's computer? Anyway, like anybody's ever gone a mouse in each hand when they're computer gaming. I don't understand what that feature is for, but sure. And that's the kind of stupid shit they put in there so that they could charge you $10 so you can learn how to use some stupid feature that is completely pointless.
Yeah, with some of these BS mini games, right?
Oh, cool. They get is that a ball with a stick? Something that might grab. Yeah. Oh, for a second I thought it was one of those paddles or the cup. You got like the stick with the hole at the top. Yeah. Stuff that my grandpa used to entertain himself during the Great Depression. Yeah, that cool. Thanks, Switch. Awesome. Where do I sign?
I'm not even done with the bad news. I'm trying to find the article I just had up again.
What up, Polar?
What is? Oh, okay. So I'm going to jump around a little bit here, but they're justifying this, right? So another slimy thing they did is they did not announce the price during the Nintendo Direct. It came out after. So they didn't address the price point during. Came out after. There's some very big confusion on pricing for games. Well, there's a European conversion confusion that's kind of funny. That has run rampant. But IGN interviewed Nintendo America's Vice President of Product and Player Experience, Bill Trinan, to discuss this. And here is what he had to say on the justification of the $9.99 price. It says it's not an exorbitant price. It's an interesting product. Let's see what else he said here. It's a robust piece of software. For some people, I think there are people who are particularly interested in the tech and the specs of the system and things like that. For them, I think it's going to be a great product. It's really for people that want more information about the system rather than a necessary quick intro to everything else. For that reason and just the amount of care and work the team put into it, I think it was decided that, yeah, this feels like $9.99 is not an exorbitant price. It feels like good value for what you're getting out of the product. So since the team put a bunch of amount and care and work into it. They're going to charge you for a tech demo. Everyone was quick to point out across Twitter, across the universe, that Sony, the usual villain in these articles, in these discussions, packaged Astro's Playroom with the PlayStation 5. It was a DualSense tech demo, and it was free.
Oh, what? Yeah. When even Sony won't stoop to that level, you know you've got some mirrors to look into, Nintendo. But what would you expect, James, from a company that would put someone in charge who is literally named after one of their staple villains? Like, if that's not a bad omen,
Kev, right before
I don't
the
know
show,
what is.
texted me, Discord message, whatever, they're all the same, right? Asking if Bowser is truly the president of Nintendo of America. And in fact, folks, he is. Doug Bowser is the president of Nintendo of America.
I was like, this is a joke, right? Like, I'm getting worked here by some kind of April Fool's-esque YouTube video. There's no way they went and hired a guy named Bowser to run Nintendo. Just, I mean, that's like building an AI and naming it Skynet. Oh, wait. Why do we keep doing things that are stupid, James?
I'm not done with the stupidity just yet, Kev. We're going to have a fun segment of what was the dumbest thing they did.
Get your votes.
I'm trying to find. So obviously they are pushing for physical or for digital media, which is really unfortunate. Really disappointing. They have two different types of physical games. One is your traditional, comes with it on the case, right? One, I'm trying to find the exact here, and I can't. I'm searching wrong. Oh, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Some Nintendo Switch games, Switch 2 games, will only include a downloadable key. I'm going to pull this picture up. I think it's very important. So even if you want physical media, you might not fucking be able to do it.
You can't have it. Now, honestly, the Switch is not the best system, I imagine, for having physical media already.
No, it's meant for portability, right? Absolutely. This is me being a curmudgeon here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still with you that not having them available is a bummer. You know how we feel, gang, about the physical media.
The bottom of some of the cases will read game key card. You will buy a game key card that will come with, you'll put it in, and you'll then have to download the game.
Sweet. It's awesome. Charge me $100 more for that.
There was a very fun snafu that ran rampant on Twitter about the conversion from euros to American dollars, and we talked about this in the Discord. Pesos? I don't know exactly, but there was a rumor that ran rampant that physical games for the Switch were going to cost $10 more than digital games because of some weird conversion error. Somebody read off a European website, the prices on there.
That's what you get for reading European websites.
Also true.
You get false information. You see this?
Polar my paint. I got these fucking baby hands. The Switch might be too big for my fucking hands.
Now they got it. It's what was it, like 7 inches?
They did a whole direct.
Massive.
Yeah, the screen is bigger. They did a whole direct. Didn't announce pricing. Dropped it all after the fact, and now have had a complete PR nightmare on their hands after the fact. Of all the fuck ups, Kev, of all the weird things they just did, which one is your favorite? Which one is the absolute worst? Which one's your favorite? Which one's the worst? Like all across the spectrum here.
I don't know if it's my favorite. I don't know if it's the worst. So I'll just start with my favorite, and then I'll pass the baton to you, and I'll think about the worst. My favorite is the fact that they make these announcements right around the second.
This too. Okay, hold on.
And so now it's sort of like, wait, because correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe are pre-orders back on hold for the time being because they have to reassess how much they're actually going to charge for these things.
Yes, they made all these announcements last Wednesday, I believe. Like, let's get the date on this. Yeah. Last Wednesday or Thursday, they made all these announcements, right? On Friday, Nintendo issued the following statement to IGN. They also announced the pre-order date was April 9th. That's when all the pre-orders were going to start going live. That's this Wednesday. Last Friday, they issued a statement that said pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 in the U.S. will not start April 9th, 2025 in order to assess the potential impact of tariffs in evolving market conditions. Nintendo will update timing at a later date. The launch date is unchanged. So as Kev said,
those tariffs, they just popped out of nowhere.
They made all these announcements, direct everything, etc. And then, they did this on last Wednesday. And on Friday, they told everybody, hold up, wait.
And guess what day last Wednesday was, gang? For those of you keeping score at home, April 2nd. They literally announced it on the same day as the tariffs. And then 2 days later, like, well, hang on, we should redo the math here on account of because there's some tariffs now. Like, dude, we have known about these for quite some time. You've at least known there was a date. So if it was going to have an impact on your pricing, maybe just give it a week, instead of announcing it on the literal same day that those are announced. Maybe see what they are first and run your P&L before you make the announcement with the cost that people already don't like, mind you.
Yeah.
So now you have to rip that Band-Aid off a second time when this price goes up. You absolute idiots. This is what happens when you hire executives based on how cool their name sounds. All right, Bowser.
Fuck you, Bowser.
Your days are numbered, pal.
We know who you are, Bowser. Fucking Mario knows who you are.
Yeah, I mean that in a professional sense, by the way. That is not a threat. Okay?
Yes.
Just to be clear. I'm sure you're a great husband and father, Bowser.
But we see you.
If that is, in fact, your real name.
Kev. This is the company that usually does it right.
Yeah.
They've gotten too big for their own britches, too smart for their own britches, whatever you want to say. Like, what the fuck were they thinking?
A lot. Probably
$80. Like, the $80 price tag is just, it's bad. Well, it's horrifying because now everybody else is going to do it, right? Like, Nintendo did it, so everybody else is going to follow suit. They justified it too. So they then backed it up. So after all the hoopla, they're backing it up. We go find these comments. This is Trinan, Bill Trinan at the Switch 2 event the other day. Here's his comments on it. I would say it's less about the strategy of pricing Mario Kart World. It's more just whenever we look at a given game, we just look at what is in the experience, what's the contact, and what's the value. Mario Kart World, I think, especially as you've seen from the Nintendo Direct, not to give you any hints or anything, but I did read your article this morning. I think you had mentioned that you didn't find, there's a lot of word jargon. I think it's important. It's all bullshit. Didn't find a lot to discover when roaming around, so I'd stay tuned into our Mario Kart Direct to see what maybe you'll find out what about. And then, but honestly, this is a game that is so big and so vast, and you will find so many little things in it to discover. And there's still some other secrets remaining that I think people will end up buying and playing the game. They're going to find this probably the richest Mario Kart experience they've ever had. He didn't say anything.
Great. Great. Take more of my money, please.
Then finally he goes, well, again, what I would say is that we look at each individual game and we look at the content and the value of that game. And then we say, what is the right price for the value of this entertainment?
It's that's about as good as the one before, where they're like, our employees worked really hard. We put them through all this crunch, probably didn't pay them overtime. And now that their work is done and they're certainly not getting a percentage of sales, please give us money to pay your respects to our staff that worked so hard and won't see a fucking dime of it, who we will also put the squeeze to here the next time we have a big game coming up. Man, dude, I love this idea. That's more than I paid for Silent Hill 2. Jeez, dude. There have been times in my life, James, where I've sat back and said, did I make a mistake by not being a Nintendo guy? And today,
it's not one of them.
This feels a lot like being that dude who never finished Game of Thrones, and then everybody else gets to the end and they're like, dude, don't even bother. You know, it was such a letdown. You're like, you know what?
Good. Yep.
You know what? I'm cool, dude. I just saved myself a lot of time and apparently some heartache.
It's
Sony.
Sheesh. What up, Anthony? It is absolutely fucking cold where we are.
Pew. Yes, at least it stopped raining long enough to freeze all the rain.
It is.
It's great. We love it.
Not good. I mean,
Kangaloope never got into Game of Thrones. I understand.
Too rapey.
Understandable. I'll save that second one from going up on the screen. But I agree with you. Or I can see where you're coming from. It kind of was it the very first episode? Sorry for the tangent, but
yeah.
There's like incest and
murder
in episode 1. I was like, oh. It's like, this is what you have to do to get your show bought by HBO. It's just like, yeah. There's boundaries, brother. We're here to cross them.
Stu is back. I don't know how he did during the time away. He is back here. Please like, subscribe, share, pop in the Discord if you would like to talk about these more in depth. Polar Nights. It's times like this I wish I lived in my mom's basement like James, so I could buy every game. Man, you're gonna have to move in your parents' basement too. First, you can't afford a house. Now you can't afford video games.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to take out a loan.
Yeah, Kev can't afford video games because he bought a house. So that's unfortunate. The stuff that's come out afterwards has been interesting because it came out that Reggie, Nintendo America's former president, who was awesome and loved by everybody, had talked Nintendo Japan out of charging for Wii Sports when they released the Wii. Looking back on that, the Wii is not the powerhouse it is without that. So if they would have charged $10 for that, people would have probably fucking lost their mind because it's really Wii Sports maybe, but he talked him into letting him do it for free, and guess what? It fucking blew up, and Wii was the savior they needed at the time because they were struggling.
Yeah, I think for my money, at least, that's the only game I think of when someone mentions the Wii. I only think of Wii Sports, namely bowling and golf. Those are the only two I really played. Little bit of the tennis, but now I'm more of a Mario Tennis guy.
It's charging $10 for a tech demo screams elitist. We're better than you. That's
you went from giving your best game away for free, because it was basic and cheap and easy, to charging to teach people how to use this all this extra stuff. And then apparently, it's just weird. It's just weird. We're gonna have it's available to our most passionate, like it's an interesting take on customer loyalty. The people who are the most loyal to us, the people who love our products so much that they will figure out all these different shortcuts to it, we're going to ask them for more money because, God forbid, it's not like they're already going to spend enough. They're going to buy this new system. If they know if they're that invested into how the system works, how many fucking games do you think they're going to buy at $80 a pop now, mind you? Plus, you think they're not paying their monthly subscription? And it's just like, so yeah, we think we can wring $10 more out of those folks.
Yeah.
Because they're obsessed with me. That's kind of this energy, you know. Nintendo kind of seems like that girl that's not really into you, but is asking you to order some DoorDash or something,
Yeah, bring her coffee every morning.
Your roommate is over there like, dude, you're an idiot, man. Quit buying her food, dude. This is crazy.
Keep fucking doing it.
And they're just like, so this is it. Nintendo is that person. So quit buying Nintendo DoorDash. All right, stop.
I'm out. Like, I'm always been a Nintendo guy first, and over the years, it's been dual with them and Microsoft, and I'm pissed off at both of them. I'm like, Kang, like it's going to take a mega game to get me in. And Mario Kart is not going to do it. It is.
That is a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Polar. That's right. You get 2 balls on this show.
2 eggs.
Joe Rogan.
Kang's right. For me, it'll take next big Mario game, Zelda, something, one of these games to explode that then I'll want to get it. But I'm just like, they're charging upcharge fees too. So like if you want to buy the Switch 2 version of the Zelda games, I think they're $80 is what I saw.
It's going to be
if you own it for Switch, you have to pay $10. You can pay $10 to upgrade it. There's some, if it's got DLC, there's some weird deals there, but it screams, just like you said, like the hot girl that's just using you for free food, free coffee. Like I can't justify this. And as much as I want it just because I've got all Nintendo consoles, right? That's what I do. I'm like, I can't. I'm not paying fucking $80 for games.
It's wild. And they tried to walk that back by suggesting it'll be some sort of dynamic pricing, but all that means is it's the best game.
The last time dynamic pricing worked, Ticketmaster tried to use it for fucking concert tickets and it fucking blew up in their face, and I think they got a lawsuit.
Yeah, that never wins. When people realize they can sell something for more money than they used to sell it for, wouldn't you know it, those prices never go back down. Very rarely do they go. Only when the units stop moving, then the price will go back down. So this is just gonna, like you mentioned, level it up across the board, which I don't know, which could mean if you are somebody who games on Steam, you might be really winning right now. You know who's winning, James? That's my thesis. PC gamers are blowing everyone away now, because if you invested on a good PC and you just playing, I mean, there's a lot of affordable games from a while, from the last 20 years.
Drop all their stuff on there. My backlog's big enough.
Rivals there too. Shit.
My backlog of games is big enough that it's like whatever, Like meanwhile, today I bought Assassin's Creed Shadows today, and it took me a $50 gift card and then another $20 gift card to get the price to like $5. Then I was like, all right, I'm in.
All right, now I'll do it. Yeah.
Speaking of PCs, I will never be getting one because I owe the federal government so much money that they're going to probably come take my shitty PC. So if I disappear, guys, it's because I owe the government in tax money by accident. I just really disappointing is probably the best way to put it. Like Nintendo really misinterpreted their market, or I don't know exactly the exact way I want to put that, but they what up, Harls? Misinterpreted their fan base. And also it takes away from a lot of the good. Like they announced GameCube games are going to be on Nintendo Switch Online for it.
Just for an extra $6 a month, you can access the game to play.
That's also true. You can finally play Wind Waker.
Did I call it Game 2?
On a console that's not a GameCube or the Wii U, which most people don't know what a Wii U is. So there's that. And it just all has gotten lost in the shittiness of the greediness of them. And then there were a lot of people quick to point out too that the people that made Nintendo who they are, a lot of them aren't there anymore. Reggie Fils-Aimé is gone. He's retired. Iwata, Nintendo's longtime president, passed away a few years ago. Shigeru Miyamoto's still there, but he's more in a game development role as always. Like people are like, did we just see Nintendo completely go corporate and switch gears and stop being the plucky underdog and try to think they're one of the big fucking assholes now?
Yeah,
probably.
Certainly seems that way. Insert Harvey Dent quote here. You know the one. Something villain time. It's like Morbin time, but worse.
Which sucks. There's some fucking cool games. Like there's some interesting games. There's finally the first new Donkey Kong game in a while. First Metroid Prime game in 10 years, probably.
What you meant to say was a new record for Billy Mitchell to break, is what it sounds like. You said a new Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Okay.
Mario Party, Kirby game. So it's just unfortunate. And Kev's favorite game's coming out for it. Hogwarts Legacy's coming out for it too. I'm sure they'll charge $80 for it.
Yeah. You could pay me $80 to play that game. Actually, you could. Actually, I take that back.
You could shut up.
I would like to put that offer back on the table. If you out there,
I might buy it and pay Kev $80 to stream it for 10 hours.
I will do that. I'll do it for no, maybe not 24. That's a little 10 hours cheap
total in a week. I might pay
10 hours total in a week. Dude, I'd do it. I'm in.
I also agree. No Harry Potter slander here. Headbug, I hope your trip to Universal or the Harry Potter world in London went better than the butterbeer you had. That was real disappointing when you told me it sounded like it was fucking bad.
But I got no hate for Harry Potter. Thank you, Polar. I actually have a little forehead scar too. It's
you just hate Hogwarts Legacy.
It's just not a cool shape, you know. Yeah, I just don't like the game. I don't like. I didn't like going to school the first time. All right, not willing to do it a second time, just because I get to do magic spells. So to be fair, I got bored with it so early in the game. I don't think I got far enough to see what any of its potential could be, because I was just sick and tired of going to class and just what was not for me. I would just go play Bully on the PS2. If I want to play a game where I'm back in school, at least give me one with some nostalgia. All right. Sorry. There's my Harry Potter rant.
Kangalop says she would like to go to Harry Potter World. Kang, Universal Orlando is awesome. Headbug is speaking specifically to the butterbeer she had. It was no good, which is sad because the Orlando version is awesome. I want to go down to Epic later this year. Any final thoughts on this, Kev? We should road trip. Dweebs go to Epic Universal. I'm trying to see if I missed anything.
You think we could write that off? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It just causes it to be a loss. We don't make any money as it is.
Right? Yeah, it's all right. What am I talking about?
Straight loss. Maybe I can write it off right now to get rid of this tax bill I owe.
Let's go, dude. Sorry, IRS. We gotta.
Sorry, we $3,000 bill. Let's roll, Kang. I'm right north. You're Indiana, Ohio. We're right north. Orlando is so much fun. I highly recommend it. Kev, we don't usually talk about the streamers of the world on this show, grifters out there, etc. Whatever you talk about on that other with the clout routers, that's not my here nor there. However, this man named Chicken Dog here, see this Chicken Dog guy, is camping out for the next 2 months to be the first person to get a Nintendo Switch 2. What are your thoughts on this?
He doesn't even know what it's going to cost yet. He's willing to go homeless for that. I mean, because if you're in line for 2 months, I get it.
You're not going to work,
a home or not.
I guess. I hope. Let's see. Is this guy? Is he a major streamer? Let's take a gander. I bet Chicken Dog has like 5 followers. Let's see.
I'd say 567.
I'm looking. Come on here, little engine that could load her up.
You can do it. You can do it, baby.
He has 567 followers on Twitter.
Get them YouTube subs up, man. Or maybe he's on Twitch. Man, dude.
This link tree and see what we got here.
I guess it depends on the city, but I can't think of a city I've ever been in that I'd want to stand outside in for the next 2 months.
New York,
especially
New York
during
City.
April. Oh, good God.
State. Yeah.
Quite an experience.
He has 2,000 followers on YouTube, so he's better there.
There you go.
Probably
going to build a little bit off of this. I'm sure.
And he is going to. Weird. He's got a video first in line for Nintendo Switch that's got 6,800 views. Yeah, he is. He's the first in line. Let me pull this one up.
What's the longest you'd wait in line for something like this, James?
I wouldn't wait 48 hours.
I don't know that I'd wait like 2 hours.
Oh my
There would have been a time, don't get me wrong. If I was the right age, probably mid to late teens, when you had all that extra free time, you could just play video games for hours, dude. It was glorious. What an idiot I was for not realizing how good I had it back in those Xbox 360 days. You know what I'm saying? So I can't act like I haven't waited in line for an hour or two for like a midnight release of a Call of Duty, or I can't remember what the games were, to be honest.
I used to go, like, if I had pre-orders for my Xbox and stuff, I went and got them day of. Like, sometimes I'd go night of. Like, there's something to it. Like, but I had a pre-order. Like I would just walk in and get it.
So for me, I don't think I'd wait more than an hour in any. I mean, listen, I barely wait in that kind of a line for a roller coaster, and I've paid to go there to ride roller coasters. I'm not going to just wait in line to buy something or to get something I've already purchased. Like, no way, dude. I'll wait a day and get it tomorrow.
I think it's finally time.
This is
time for a new era.
This is part of his video.
A new era is upon us. What's up, guys? It's your boy Chicken Dog, and I'm here.
Chicken Dog.
I'm gonna be waiting 2 months for the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm gonna be first in line. I know, crazy. You probably have some questions, and I'll answer them shortly.
Oh God.
Just know.
No, you had me at crazy.
Day, morning to close, like Alex and Triforce did for the 1 month, but instead I'm gonna do it 2 months because of the Switch 2. And I'm so hyped to see.
Oh my God, this is bad.
My journey. I never waited for an event this long, and I'm very excited.
Do you think he'll shower? Will he eat?
Maybe some OGs show up. Maybe some new people. Some of my friends. Who knows? But this is gonna be an interesting adventure. I also want to say a quick shout out to all my friends that had been helping me throughout this journey. The Joy-Con console, all my Nintendo NYC crew, and all the OGs that.
Why does he keep bouncing around? Like, can we stand still? Like,
and I can't wait to give you all content in the day.
I agree.
And
like, is he?
Whoops.
Show y'all day one. One more thing I forgot to mention before I end this video. If we can get 1,000 likes, I will be getting a Switch 2 haircut. I will get the Switch 2 on the back of my head and buzz my hair.
Nothing like turn away from the camera so they can't hear him.
Oh yeah, you better buzz some words into your hair while you got it, son.
You'll be seeing dailies from me. Have yourself a good one and take it easy. Chicken Dog out.
Damn,
Chicken
dude.
Dog.
Me and that young man have the exact same hairline, I think. We just chose to go about it differently. Whoo, good God.
Okay, that was something.
It sounds like this guy's cheating, which makes it even more lame.
Made it sound like he was gonna be there business hours, right?
Right. Yeah, he's gonna be waiting in line from 9 to 5. Yeah, so there's another word for that in most states, son. It's called loitering, and it'll get you put in the slammer. Luckily, probably not in New York, but make sure you bring a change of clothes, because I don't know what will happen if you get mistaken for a panhandler out there. You might get a ticket. I'm not sure how it works. That just was awful, by the way. I feel bad for my brother's generation. Though, like, those are
that's it. Like,
that's content.
Work.
Yeah,
that's
just get a job, bro. Just play video games or something, dude.
Sure didn't like, to me, it didn't sound like he was going to be there after business hours, which then brings up a whole logistical thing. So you're not waiting 2 months because you're going home.
Yeah.
Or you having somebody sit there during that time. Like, if you're going to stay there for 2 months, I expect you to have a fucking look stinky and shaggy at the end of all this. But that doesn't sound right.
What a plan. What a stream. I don't think I'm going to do that, actually. Instead of a job.
I don't know, man. That was
I'm out.
Chicken Dog. We're not going to be following your journey here on dweeb. Not for us, bud. Not for us.
I wish you best of luck, though.
Best of luck.
The Nintendo Switch haircut. I think
I don't know how you're going to afford it if you don't work for the next 2 months.
We are looking at the next Dark Side Phil, gang. Every generation has one. They just take. We didn't used to be able to find them so easily because there wasn't an internet. They would Yeah, that's why they used to call him the village idiot, right? Now everybody's village idiots can all hang out on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube. Like and subscribe to join your village dweebs. See, you know, so just slightly different.
Oh,
better.
This is funny. This is funny. Headbug wishing the worst on this guy.
He makes it every day. He goes there for a month and 30 days. And then by the time he gets there, there's just this big ass line and he's not going to get one. Oh, that would be good.
Unfortunate.
I've never seen Kev have hair. What is that? What is that slander? Can I sue that? That's defamation, right? If you say that I don't have hair and it hurts my feelings, I'm allowed to sue you for defamation. I think that's how that works now. And we're going to add good-natured causeways to that lawsuit. We're suing all of Twitter.
Yeah, let's just,
by the way.
Good-natured causeways, you can go right to hell with your fucking best viewers.
Yeah, best viewer. What is streamboo.com? Yeah. What is that,
Fuck
bro?
You. Moving on. In a movie I did not go to see, Minecraft, Kev, shattered some records this weekend.
Yeah, speaking of chicken dogs,
$157 million in the opening weekend.
Whoo!
Industry analysts, which tells you how fucking experts everybody thinks they are, estimated it would originally 60 million, then 100 million, and then it went fucking over 150. It is the biggest opening weekend for a video game movie ever, breaking Super Mario Bros. Movie last year that had 146. It is absolutely blown up. And then Kevin mentioned the chicken dog shenanigans, right? Or chicken jockey, right? Chicken jockey shenanigans.
Yes, dude. And I think that's some of this it's become a trend, a bit of a meme, if you will, for kids to just lose their shit in the theater.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up some videos
because you see a bunch of videos of people in the theater with their phones out and ready, as if they've been to the theater before and they know that
they know it's coming.
Lose their shit, or
they're throwing popcorn buckets and
getting escorted by police, which typically cap.
Find some videos.
To all the middle schoolers out there causing chaos. Yeah, I can't act like I wouldn't have been doing the same, James, if they had come out with a Call of Duty Black Ops video game when I was 12. Probably would have been in there yelling,
Seems they are trying to mimic Minecraft streamers who freak out when they see a chicken jockey because it's very rare. All right, I think I've got a video here I can show. The reactions are just
like watching a FNAF movie, and you're like, I don't get these references, but I'm sure they're there for somebody.
There's been places where the cops have been called to clear people out. Let's pull this up here while I hit play.
They definitely look like they're having fun. Yeah, like that. I feel bad for parents of smaller children that would be taking them to see this movie just because of the way the older kids are. But not every movie is going to be Citizen Kane. I think it's perfectly fine for there to be experience movies like this where, now, granted, I'm an old curmudgeon, so I wouldn't want to be sitting in a theater where people are doing this.
It's a fight to the death, kid.
The scene here.
But as long as there's not like a heartfelt romance in the theater next door, I don't see.
Yeah.
I don't have any problems with this, I guess. It seems like it's a mutually understood thing.
Oh, this one isn't even that bad. I want one of the ones where they throw fucking.
They like throw
Some of
popcorn and stuff.
Yeah, I want one of the ones where they like erupt. Let me look and see if I can find a
You
better
ever seen
one.
those videos of bars when their country wins the World Cup and they've just got 200 people just throwing shit in the air all at once? It's kind of like that, but replace the beer with
It
milk
is
duds.
insanity. Some of these videos. That's not a good one. Here
Kang says it's Rocky Horror for Gen Alpha. That's the best. All right, we got some quote of the day or comment of the day candidates here.
We know the chicken jockey is epic, but please don't throw popcorn or soft drinks at the screen. And somebody like that's the universe we're living in now.
Yeah, they're like,
I want.
Sorry, Sleek.
Trying to find a. I want one where they throw fucking popcorn and shit.
If this one isn't it, look for the one where the police escorted the kids.
Oh, here's
out.
one.
Oh yeah, this guy got somebody on somebody's shoulders.
Yeah, like this is insane. This is insane behavior. I'm not here for it. I will not stand for it. Look at this this clown has got.
What Scream movie was it where they did this in the opening sequence where people get murdered at the Stab movie premiere? I remember thinking this is the least realistic movie.
There you go. Popcorn getting thrown everywhere.
Look at
kids
this. Yeah, I would hate to be there.
Yeah, Headbug brings up a good fucking point. What the? Like I am. This is.
See, I like Kang's approach to this. You know, I like seeing kids have fun, and that's where I know that I'm a curmudgeon who hates
I'm out. I'm out on this type of behavior.
Noises. So I'm here for it. Just as long as I don't have to physically be there for it, you know. Luckily, it's not a movie I have any interest in watching, but I would absolutely not watch this movie in theater if it was a movie I was interested in, just based on that experience. Like, no, let the kids have their fun, great. But I'm not gonna fucking be there for it. It's gonna take more than the $80 it'll take for me to play Hogwarts than it will for me to sit through that chicken jockey nightmare.
Sleek says he loves this type of behavior. Where do I sign up?
Well, Headbug just also said,
Headbug, were you yelling
banned from the local
kicked out?
So I can't talk. Well, I can't wait. One day, you know, we got to remember this one. But next time, if we have Headbug on the channel,
yeah, right.
I got one question to ask. Oh,
so
okay.
Kev has announced that he is not going. I'm not going. I will not be going to this fucking movie. It's 48% on Rotten Tomatoes. It ain't even fucking near good enough for me to fucking go. I'm a fucking elite over here. It just does not interest me one bit. And just, is this allowable, Kev? Should kids be fucking this psychopathic, this psychotic at movies?
Oh, it's tough. If it were a mixed audience, in a sense that, like, if there were, like, I wouldn't want to see kids acting this way at the next Avengers movie, because there will be plenty of adults there that are there to enjoy the movie, who have, you know, their own issues to deal with. You know, you guys get it. We're all hardworking adults. Sometimes you just want to enjoy a movie for 2 hours without anybody bothering you or making loud noises, talking during the quiet parts. And so I can understand seeing this and being like, no, absolutely not. Fuck out of here. What I would say is, if theaters know this is happening, just plan for it. Make sure, you know, maybe don't play it at a certain point at night. If you don't, you know, if don't play it after 9 p.m. Get all the kids out early. But I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't want to be there for it, but I don't think if the cinema business were healthier, I may have a different opinion on this. But
They need the money
I don't think they're in a place to pick and choose. And it's just sort of while I would never want to sit there, it's also, as a former teenager, they could be out doing a lot worse shit. So there's that part. There's the old man in me who's like, hey, if they're gonna dick around and throw popcorn in the theater, like, at least they're not on the streets doing smack, brother. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Just put it next to some just high-powered action schlock fest. Just don't put it next to a highly impactful drama, and you should be fine. Who cares if there's. That being said, I'll be avoiding the theater for a couple weeks, James.
How do you feel about the poor theater workers? I've seen complaints about this where they're posting on Twitter like, please don't fucking do this. Don't throw 2 buckets of popcorn in the air because guess what? I have to clean that up, you assholes.
Yeah, that's a much different point. Okay, yeah.
Throwing soft drinks everywhere, then you got to mop shit up.
Yeah, I guess the throwing of the food, maybe I should rescind that portion.
If you want to be, I can get behind you.
Be loud, fine.
Be loud, excited, fucking hop up on your friend's shoulders and fall down and break your neck, whatever. Not my problem, right? Neither here nor there. However, if you're going to mess with the other 14, 15, 16-year-olds that are working there for $2 an hour, and there's only 3 of them because the cinema business is down, right? I feel bad for them because they're there till fucking midnight, fucking cleaning your fucking shit up from everywhere. Respect the employees.
And here's an unrelated comment to that.
If I worked there and these kids did this,
I'm with you though,
and I didn't know it was coming, I'd just be like, I'm out, guys. Here's do I need to turn in resignation papers? Am I putting this on my resume? No, I am out.
Yeah, I'd be done. This isn't worth 1 free movie a month or whatever. I'm sure you got to get at least 1 free one, right? You would think?
Yep.
I'd be a stickler. If I was working at the movie theater, I'd be like, I get 1. I'd be treating it like a shift meal, right? Like I get 1 movie per day that I work, right?
Yes.
I'd be there for an extra 2 hours every day.
Who are they going to stop you? Who's going to stop you?
Yeah.
I'm out. Kev's in. Fuck it. Last thing I got, Kev, is I haven't watched this yet. We've got James Gunn released some Peacemaker info, including the release date. The release date is August 21st. I don't know if you watched Peacemaker season 1. I think it's fantastic. I think John Cena is fucking awesome in it. It is somehow connected to his new DCEU, whatever the James Gunn universe, whatever the fuck they're calling this, right?
The DCJGU.
Not the DCEU. That's not right. Cutting that girl's face off. Let's get us out of here.
DCGU. The Gooniverse.
The Gooniverse.
Sorry, no, the Gooniverse. We don't want to. Nope, no one.
Kang loved Peacemaker. I agree. Kev, have you watched it?
I have not. It'll be on my list. I have to start paying for Max, and I really wanted to wait until they turned back into HBO before I did that.
Nope, not happening. Last of Us season 2 starts this Sunday. FYI. Oh, Sleek's a wrestling fan. This is a wrestling comment. Probably
he
for
hates
Kev.
John Cena.
Broke his heart.
John Cena said, "I'm here to ruin wrestling," and Tony Khan said, "Hold my beer."
I don't know what any of that means.
Yep.
I think Cena, he went bad. He went bad, right?
Yeah.
He's the bad guy now, Kang. After his whole career of being the good guy, he's an asshole now.
He punched the American Dream son, Cody Rhodes, with a Rolex, brother. He got him bloodied up all over in his face.
Yes. He made fun of some kid, too, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Didn't he make fun of some kid?
Yeah. Who was in, like, all John Cena merch, by the way. Like a 10-year-old kid in the stands. It was great. Yeah, he's doing some of his best work, to be honest. But I think it's partially because John Cena's kind of a reptile. And anybody who watched his weird reality show would know that. It's just sort of like, yeah. But I can see how he fits into that Peacemaker character very well, because he's a little bit of a sociopath.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, those Make-A-Wishes are great. All right, I'm not gonna take anything away from him. So it's
That's
whatever.
the thing. Like, come on, John Cena, stop it.
He's a cold lizard, but hey, he does.
Don't
good things
mind
for people.
the new Max logo that has letters designed by what looks like 3 different people that never talked before they posted it. I don't know what is exactly in this, but it's just a minute 26. It's the preview that James Gunn released.
You want to start or what? Let's try something different. No matter what it is.
Of course it is. Of course it's not just a Peacemaker one. There's our guy. And then I think it's that's fucking stupid. I thought it was a bunch of Peacemaker
You're not
stuff.
going to beat her at her own game.
That's disappointing, James Gunn.
How's your brother doing? How's your face doing? You want to keep?
I need to watch that Gemstones show though.
I've heard it's good.
They're just so
Danny
Last of Us
McBride doesn't
Part
miss
One.
very often.
Danny McBride's awesome.
are just wrong.
No, get back here.
To be able to get your message
All right,
at the
Conan.
last minute
Didn't know
is
Pee Wee was
incredible.
still alive. That's odd.
This is very exciting.
Welcome to Mountainhead.
And I hope you
Are we gonna
folks
get a
don't mind slumming
fucking
it in the
Paul
humble abode
Brothers
of a working man?
Thing in here, you think their stupid show?
I hope so. That'll be the perfect
Mark
mix.
Ruffalo.
Circus begin.
They'll go from the Gilded Age
so
to
excited.
Logan Paul.
Give it to us.
behind the piano.
Give me a Paul
I
Brothers.
did hear voices.
So many shows.
Yeah.
You're
I thought
a
this was just a Peacemaker.
superhero
Why would
now.
James Gunn share this? That's weird.
Call this corporate synergy, brother.
I guess. I thought this was just going to be a Peacemaker one. The Peacemaker one is actually right here. It's 11
Trying to get a
seconds.
crossover with those DC nerds, man. Trying to get more
Yeah, that's-
Max money.
That's disappointing. Here's the. Which is footage on.
Superhero now.
That's it. So that was disappointing. I'm way to really end this fucking show on a fucking sour note.
Thanks a lot, James. A gun, not just to be clear. Speaking to Mr. Gunn.
Yeah.
Although this sounds a little more entertaining. Headbug says that
I
Mickey
did see her
Rourke
post this.
is going into Celebrity Big Brother house in the UK, along with JoJo Siwa of all people. I honestly, I look forward to the 3-minute clip of those two blackout drunk having a conversation. I think that will melt my brain.
I didn't know anything about that until Headbug posted it in the Discord today, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
She's gonna be on the beach screaming, "JoJo, por favor!"
Huh? I'm confused.
Yeah, you know,
Oh, I got one last thing. I can end this on a
brother
different-
making a
I got one for you. I know you talked about Avengers Doomsday a lot last week. Tons. So I'm not going to talk about that. Kev, as you covered for all that. Robert Downey Jr. is sending out birthday cards. I think it's his 60th birthday, I think. And
He's sending out cards for his own birthday.
I don't know if he is or if Marvel's doing it. But it's a Doctor Doom themed birthday card. This is the birthday card he's sending out.
What is it? This guy has like a lot of money, James. What is this? Looks like Edward Scissorhands.
I think.
What even mask is that?
Well, I don't know. It's weird, right?
And he's got multiple dooms on there, just spitting on Kang the Conqueror's grave. Disgusts me.
Disgusting.
Just
Some people
stealing
think-
this whole thing, man. Oh wait,
Some
that's
people-
Britain back there, huh?
It is London in the background. Some people think this is him showing off what he's going to look like here. When that switches over.
God, I hope not.
That this is going to be his look for his look as Doctor Doom. Your thoughts, Kev? Any thoughts on them sending out birthday cards, Doctor Doom themed birthday cards?
I think it's really lame to send out a bunch of cards for your birthday, whether you did it or whether your job did it. I can understand them sending him a birthday card that his coworkers signed. That seems like something normal human beings would do. I can't say. I mean, obviously, I'm not surprised. We're talking about one of the most famous actors currently living. That's just some very weird.
It is 60. It is the 60th birthday.
Cult-like
Just
behavior.
remember that as I was searching.
Well, is that a thing in our culture that I didn't know about? Like when you're 60, you're so lonely that you start sending out your own birthday cards to other people. You talk about a passive aggressive reminder to, hey, my birthday's coming up. Let me just send out a bunch of cards to everybody.
Yeah, this is all invites to his birthday party. Yep.
Do they come out on the first of the month? Oh, it was invites to a birthday party. Okay.
Sorry, I've got you. I said this backwards. I fucked you up. I said birthday card.
Here?
This is an invite to his birthday party.
These Hollywood elites
for his 60th birthday party. I got Kev fucked up. I really fumbled the bag at the end of this today.
Well, to be fair, James, I've never had a birthday party. I didn't know that was a thing until
I don't either. Yeah, so he was sending birthday cards, birthday invitation cards.
It was a card. It was a party.
So yeah, so there you have it, folks. Some people think this is what he's going to look like as Dr. Doom, or initially before his face gets fried.
Dude, I don't know. I'm trying to think about this in a try to frame this as if you were just a regular old person. This is like, imagine you were an accountant and you sent out invitations to your birthday party and it was just like a bunch of math equations on the card. Like, are you that locked in that your job defines you? Like, that's a weird thing. You would never catch me putting any shit about work on my birthday card. So it's just a weird world that these folks, these Marvel especially lead actors, the world that they have to live in, where you're out here dropping Easter eggs for your movie in your birthday card instead of just like sending out a regular old birthday invitation. Like,
yeah,
I send out eggs. Yes, exactly. Cadbury eggs to be.
Yeah,
I airmailed them.
Quite something. I suppose, huh?
I don't know. I would be, you know what? As I am currently, I probably accept that invitation because that's the closest I'm ever going to get to a lot of those famous people. But if I were already a famous dude, I'm not going to that party.
You'd be like,
You broke poor invite etiquette. Not interested.
Yep. I agree. Poor invite etiquette.
Quit being weird. We get it. You have a job. Congratulations. Rub it in. It's a difficult time right now for a lot of people. Okay, Rob? Okay, Mr. Bob Downey Jr. All right, you want to lighten up a little bit?
Old Bob. There's one.
Dr. Doom, indeed. Jeez, we get it. Cool. You have a house. You throw parties. Great.
Thanks, bud.
Great. You're elite.
Us peasants down here can't afford Switch games right now.
Thanks for leaking your birthday card to the media, you weirdo.
And on that note, Kev.
Yeah.
We're back. We did it. We're over an hour. The curmudgeons are back. We ended on a sour note, but we got there. Kev, outside of here, where can they find you at, buddy? Bobby, settle down. Settle down.
Not enough Bobs in the world. Oh, you guys can find me right here every Monday and Wednesday, as you know. But of course, we've got the Carnage Media channel going strong right now. Lots of new content coming up over there. I've got another interview with the Carnage Fight Series most recent champion. So come check that out if you are into that sort of thing. Every Wednesday, right before Han Shot First. I will also be hanging out with Danny on Sunday mornings, again at 11 a.m. And check out our recent stop over on the K-Hut cast. Danny and I were there for 3 hours hanging out with K-Hut. It was a good time. Had a lot of fun. So other than that, you know what, James, I'll have to talk to you about this maybe post-show. Speaking of James Gunn, he also released about 5 minutes worth of Superman footage.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Which I would like to look at because wouldn't you know it, that spit blood scene is back in the mix. So
Oh, we didn't get rid of it.
We have a bit of a trilogy now.
Oh,
to
the
discuss.
trilogy.
So I don't know that will be a live show, gang. So maybe have those notifications on so you don't miss that one, because we'll probably slip that in somewhere within the week. But a lot of preview reviews, I would say, are on deck. I have been storing some stuff throughout the week. There's a lot of cool stuff out that I would like to talk about. So keep your eyes up. Look out for those notifications. But what about you, James? Welcome back.
I'm back.
When can the folks at home find you?
Finally. We will be back Wednesday, 9 p.m. talking Star Wars. I don't even know what we're talking about this week, but we'll get it figured out by then. Kev, are we talking Daredevil Thursday? Are we going to be back talking Daredevil?
That's right. We do need to talk Daredevil.
Yeah, we'll be.
I think we can. We can.
If Kev can't join me, he went solo last week. I'll take care of it this week. Somebody will be talking about Daredevil this week. Sounds like we have Superman footage coming too. So appreciate each and every one of you out there in the chat. Headbug, Harles, Sleek, Advent, Shadow. Anthony was there. Kang.
Polar
was there. All you guys.
Peekaboo Streams or whatever that bot was. We appreciate you.
The little Peekaboo.
A little less, but
appreciate each and every one of you guys. If I missed you, I'm sorry. We will be back this Wednesday, 9 p.m. and just keep those notifications turned on for this channel, because sounds like we're going to be back with some other stuff. So thank you guys again. Kev, thank you for carrying the load the last few weeks. Till next time, folks.